We back live. Facebook is having some technical difficulties, so I will share this via Facebook for anybody that wants to check it in, tune in early, late. It is what it is. We rocking and rolling. We ready to have a good time. Got my guest, Mello Williams. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Man, you just did it best, bro. It feels good to be back. We ready for another NBA season. I'm looking forward to talking some NBA talk with you.
Let's get it. Got to do the intro first. Boom. All right, so we jumping right into it. No time to waste. I know people want to get to that Monday night football game, so we talking NBA. A lot of things have happened over the over everything that's been going on with free agent signings, with contract extensions. But I'm only gonna talk about it one time because I ain't really talked about it yet. Let's dive right into the Draymond Green situation. Draymond and Jordan Poole. I ain't talked about it publicly for real, so I feel like we need to go ahead and address it and then move right into what the season gonna look like. Although this the landscape a little bit.
Can I hear your thoughts first?
So I feel like Draymond was out of pocket for taking it to that level, but I will say, once it went to that level, kind of bets is off. Like you can't physically put your hands on somebody and not expect nothing in retaliation. So, for me, I saw a bunch of people online saying it was a sucker punch.
Oh.
I didn't see nothing about no sucker punch. I'm like, you pushed that man and you pushed him hard. That ain't no sucker punch.
Nah.
Sucker punch is when you get hit and you don't see it coming.
Exactly.
He's in front of you after you pushed him and swung.
Exactly. I mean, he let him walk up on him. After I'm not going to let you walk up on me, and we just had a heated exchange. Obviously it seemed like some words were said that, we probably never know the truth. But, I mean, if you're in an altercation and you letting a man walk up on you and you not trying to defend yourself or protect yourself, I mean, that's just where I'm at with that part of it, too.
And that's real. Like, yo, you can't. Ain't nobody finna just walk up on you. One, so you should have been prepared and ready then.
Facts.
Two, after I pushed you that hard where you stumble backwards, didn't we learn from other people that get pushed? Put your hands up.
Put your hands up. Or don't put your hands on nobody.
Right. Once you put your hands on somebody, you got to be prepared for whatever comes.
That is true.
Even when we was kids, we was taught, don't put your hands on nobody.
First thing, if anything, finish it.
That's my take. I do think Draymond, he was bogus and for taking it that far. But I also think, Jordan, like, yo, my man's run his mouth like that, and most everybody else that I've listened to or heard, just let it go. Whatever. That's Draymond being Draymond. Steph shuts up. Clay shuts up. KD shut up. He left, but he ain't put his hands on Draymond.
It's like, for me, to me, that shows how important Draymond is to that team. I'm not condoling his actions, but then again, I really don't know what was said. What might be super disrespectful to me may not be super disrespectful to you, and vice versa, right? And we all know it's not the first time fights have happened in practice. We done been into fights. We done got into arguments. Not necessarily you and I, but just growing up on the playground playing basketball. Altercations happen, So it's not like this is anything new. Again, like I said, I don't know what was said. Obviously, both was jacking at each other. I do feel it might be some personal feelings with Draymond saying that, his time is coming to an end, possibly as far as getting big contracts. He don't know if Golden State going to move on from him. So I believe it's a lot of things, But when I saw the clip of Draymond like a year or two ago talking about, maybe not even been that long, talking about Jordan Poole, what type of player he was and different things like that, how he respected him and things like that. And, he talks and stuff. it seemed like it was something there, like Draymond respected about Jordan Poole. But then, certain things changed. I mean, last year we saw in the playoffs, Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole had, a mini exchange of words. Body language spoke more than anything to me during the Memphis series, the series with Memphis. So it's like, man, it seems like Draymond is definitely wrong from the outside looking in, not knowing what was said.
And like I said, I'll always say that, I felt that he was wrong in the situation for how it initiated, how it looked. But for me, it took another turn when it became physical. And even when people were like, "Oh, Draymond got all in his face," I was like, "Yeah," but Draymond's hands was also in his sweater.
Yeah, true.
Like he wasn't in no position where he was coming unless he planned on headbutting you.
Right.
So
that's the only thing.
And when you pushed him, it was like, all right, now we got to go there.
Gloves is off.
And he might need to go ahead and put some gloves on and take that bet from the social media gurus.
I'll say this is Jordan Poole's favor. Even though he dropped, he ate it. I really didn't see too much damage or anything. I mean, like, it seemed like a sucker punch the way he fell. However, it wasn't no sucker.
You ain't see no damage. Man, it looked like he crumbled like a folding chair.
I mean, he wasn't expecting it to come.
And that's on his fault.
I mean, he definitely dropped now. But, the next day, All the Smoke podcast was there.
They said he finished the practice out and working out.
Draymond connected.
He should have been in the protocol.
Man, it seemed like it. Man, like to not see it coming, I believe anybody would have dropped in that moment. And then again, Draymond is 6'7", 6'8". What?
He ain't no little dude.
He ain't no little dude, man.
He guards 1 through 5, so he ain't weak. So yeah,
at all. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing in his Jordan Poole tongue or nothing like that wasn't busted on the inside. I don't know that, but
he still could have had a concussion.
And he still could have, most definitely. I mean, that's a big man hitting you, man, and you're not expecting it to come.
Well, moving right into it, like I want to know what is some of your teams that you're excited to see this year?
Oh, first and foremost, I'm going down to the NO, to New Orleans, to the Pelicans. That is probably my favorite team I want to see this year. I love the addition of adding C.J. McCollum last year. He brought a different dynamic to that team, the balance I feel that they needed. Somebody that can distribute the ball, keep everybody happy. He has playoff experience, and he has leadership experience that he can bring to that team. That team is fairly young. New coach as well. This is Willie Green's second year. So I believe New Orleans management doing a great job putting the pieces together. They gave Zion something to want to stay there for. I don't really see the energy of him really wanting to get up out of there, even though he signed the deal. I believe that if maybe the signing of CJ wasn't there, the coach, we might have had a different story as far as when it came time to him signing his extension or not. What about you?
I really want to see how the Timberwolves look. Like I've kind of fell in love with Anthony Edwards' game. I want to see how that dynamic looks with the new Twin Towers. I also like Jaden McDaniels. He's long, athletic, get on the wing and just take off. You look at maybe like Jaden McDaniels, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards filling the lane, Cat trailing. I think that could be exciting.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to kind of see what happens with it. It could be really good or it could be really bad.
I don't see it really being too bad. I mean, with Rudy Gobert there, a lot of people didn't like what Minnesota gave up for that. But it's all about right now, and we always talking about picks. And of course, you want those picks to be able to see what player you get and the potential. But players coming into the league, it's all about a potential, So For me, having a player like Rudy Gobert, a defensive guy who's going to take a lot of responsibility off Cat when it comes to rebounding, defending the bigs, and different things like that, so he can really just play to his strength, I believe it's going to serve Minnesota real well. I'm with you as far as being one of those teams to be excited to look out for.
I'm kind of nervous with Rudy Gobert because, like, man, Tracy McGrady said it best. Like, dog, what are you doing in the offseason? You don't have no offensive move, nothing. Like, Dennis Schroeder was guarding him in the FIBA this summer, and he wasn't scoring. He wasn't putting him in the bucket. Like, outside of a lob and a putback, he don't really score.
I mean, I look at that like he feel like I'm not here to score. If I'm gonna score, it's gonna come off like offensive rebounds. Yes, I agree. He should definitely try to get some type of offensive game, but he's looking at I'm already the fifth option.
Always the fifth option.
Always the fifth option. So I just don't see him motivated, to want to get some type of offensive game. I'm with you though. He should at least want to.
That hurts their team. Like, if I can put Chris Paul and Dennis Schroeder on you in the post and you can't score on them, that's a problem.
That's a problem. Most definitely. I totally agree with that. I see him wanting to play the role like a Tyson Chandler, a Dikembe, just strictly focus on defense. Even though Dikembe have
like that no more though.
That is true though. It's not. I don't.
And that's what I like. It could be a really good thing, especially when they decide to slow the game down and just pound it, because like ain't nobody scoring around the rim on them.
Not at all. Not
unless
at all.
they face him out. But with two people that's 7 foot and blocking shots, it's gonna be tough. But them stretch fives gonna kill him.
Do you expect Cat to step his game up with Gobert being there? And if so, where do you see the most improvement, that we will see from his game?
I think he becomes more aggressive offensively. Like, looking at it, his numbers should increase because he's not extending so much energy on the defensive side, because you've got Gobert that's going to be down there to bang and rebound and block shots. And Cat can actually, because he's athletic, he can get out on the wing and run too. But we know he can run. He gonna run to that wing to spot up three.
That's exactly where he running to. Short corner to the wing. He's gone.
Like, but see, my thing is, like, it's gonna make him spend more time on the perimeter because he's dominant in the post when he decides to get his big butt down there.
Do he become lazy then and just want to become strictly a jump shooter then? Because that's what I'm not liking with Embiid being around Harden. In that little short bit of time, I saw too much of Embiid want to be a guard too much. He was already going, he was already shooting it.
You're taking away from where they're dominant when they want to be. Like, nobody can guard Embiid in the post.
Nobody
can guard Cat in the post, and he's showing it when it don't matter who guard them. Like, they get busy down there, but both of them want to come back out to the three when it's like, yo, you just scored 10 points in a row in the bucket.
Get back down there. Right. I totally agree. And you said a player name. I feel his game is probably about to elevate some. I'm not saying all-star or nothing like that, but he's probably going to look better. And that is D-Lo. He's been moving around a lot since he's been in the league. And I feel like he finally have a place in Minnesota. And with Ant now and with Gobert, I feel we might see another side, even though we already knew D-Lo could score. He can score, he can penetrate, take you off the dribble, all that. But I feel like him and Gobert is probably about to have something kind of special, kind of in that Chris Paul, Tyson Chandler pick and roll.
That lob threat. And then it allows for Cat to be the pick and pop. And then you still got Gobert in the dunker spot. And then you got Anthony Edwards to kind of, which may hurt Anthony Edwards because now it's no longer 5 out where Cat pick, pop, pick, roll. Now you worried about Gobert clogging up that lane.
That is true.
Trying to attack when Jaden trying to cut back door. There's somebody always hanging in the paint now.
That is true. I mean, that goes back to what you said about having no offensive game. What your boy T-Mac said, man. What are you doing in the summer?
Because, man, the thing is, he ain't even a great free throw shooter. Like, dog, what are you doing? And how do you practice defense?
Right.
There's no way for you to work one-on-one on your defense with him.
Right, right, right. I
Like,
mean,
he get paid just to be tall and big.
that's it. I mean, he's what, a four-time defensive player of the year, and it is what it is. I think we probably seen better defenders than Gobert, but I do feel what he do is important and is very critical to a team's success. As far as with him being the opportunity to get second chance points with the offensive rebounds and things like that. But playoff basketball, like you said, the court shrinks. For Ant-Man, that's probably going to take away from his strength.
Yep, because I mean, Ant can shoot it, or when he gets going, he's tough to guard. Period.
Yep.
But if he ain't hitting his outside shot, now you clogging up the paint. It almost gonna be like, all right, bro, what you out here for?
Yep, for sure, most definitely.
All right, give me some of your contenders.
Milwaukee.
Okay.
As long as they can stay healthy. I know they're dealing with some health issues right now. Brooklyn, I'm definitely still got to put Brooklyn in the mix. I believe this Brooklyn team is a better team that they have had. I believe they quietly assembled a nice, decent rotation. They got some of the same players there. I expect to see Ben Simmons being Ben Simmons, and that's not a bad thing for me because I've never really looked at Ben Simmons to be a scorer. He's been more of a facilitator his whole career. At LSU, his whole career, bro. He had to score at LSU, but you could always tell he wasn't comfortable. He didn't want to, so.
And when you forced him to be something that he wasn't, their team struggled. Like, they didn't even want to go to the NIT because he was so playing out of character that it hurt the team because he wants to get everybody else going.
He's Magic Johnson. He's Chris Paul. He thrives. He gets off, and I get it. I played the point guard position. It's a thrill taking somebody off the dribble and creating shots for others. I find pleasure in that. Chris Paul find pleasure in that. Magic, Deron Williams, guys find pleasure in setting guys up.
$1 million question for you. I just thought about it just now.
Yes, sir.
Did playing for Montbird hurt him? Because when you're used to playing with certain high-level talent, even though he was that dude, imagine him getting a fast break where he could go and do some crazy windmill or whatever, but he giving it up to somebody else or throwing a no-look behind the back alley-oop pass because he got somebody on his team that can go and finish that. Versus like if he had stayed at a regular high school where he the man, and you got maybe one or two guys that can help out a little bit and you forced to be aggressive. He ain't never had to be forced to because he's played with NBA talent since he was in high school.
That is true. So the question is,
did playing at that prep school at Montbird hurt his game-ish?
Ben Simmons, right?
Yep.
I believe I believe that was the start of it. And I believe it was a collection of things. Like you said, LSU, he played for a coach that he knew. So everything was set up for him. I believe that wasn't in his best interest, for the league anyway. And it gave, scouts and everybody the wrong impression that this is who he is or this is what he can do. When the real him was, like you said, dropping it off at Montverde to players coming up doing 360 behind the back, whatever type of dunks. He had high flyers. So I believe, and then we got to start off with who told Ben Simmons he should start shooting with his left hand. If people go back and look at his college days, he shot with his right hand. Towards the end and going into the league, somebody came up with this idea, start shooting with your left. So it's like, I don't like the circle that he's had around him. It was like he had a lot of yes men around him. People never really wanted to push him to get better offensively. But then again, I probably put that more on him,
Yeah, because he'll check out in a heartbeat.
He'll check out.
Oh, you talking to me like that? I'm done.
I'm good. So I believe not giving him some of the blame as well, if not most of it. I believe the people that he had around him, they misled him. They misguided him.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. So those were East contenders. What you got in the West?
Oof. The West is still the West right now. However, it's so up in the air, man. Like the league as a whole, it's in a great place right now, right? Out west, though, I still got to go with the champs right now. They got a solid team. Everyone is back. The continuity is there. So everything that you need for a championship
Continuity
team.
there, except for
Pow! hey, hey, for that ring, for that money, we're going to let some things go. Steve Kerr let it go to get that ring. I believe he probably. hey, and that's crazy, right?
and what's crazy is, do you know if anybody was able to pull him to the side and be like, hey man, this happened to me too, right?
Steve Kerr.
And look, I ate that like you just ate that so we can get that ring.
Man, listen. Steve Kerr, Jordan punched him, practice. I believe that was the same year Steve Kerr hit the game-winning shot.
It is.
In the finals. So it's like.
So Draymond was just testing him to see if he could trust him.
Man, I think Draymond lost his cool, man. I think Draymond just really got in his feelings, man.
And it's messed up because what they said is real. Like, Jordan Poole got to live with this for the rest of his life.
He's the one.
And he's really a really talented player. He's like, I can see him becoming an all-star easily once he leaves Golden State, or once Steph or Clay or whatever, as they transition out or whatever. But this is, no matter where he goes, he could be at the retirement ceremony.
It's following me.
Somebody going to comment on it, or like when somebody introduces you to the Hall of Fame, somebody going to bring it up.
Man, imagine going against Pat Bev and these guys this year, right? I mean, we know that them dudes be out there jacking, talking. Anything is said. There's no filter out there. So just imagine the things he's going to probably hear from players just in the midst of play, in the midst of battle. Oh man, don't shut up. Don't make me do you like Draymond did you. Things like that. We know it's a mental game in the league and sports in general.
The $1 million question will be, will Draymond sucker punch somebody for saying that to him?
I think Draymond would definitely check somebody about it.
No, I think he has. I think he has to take one for the team. He's gonna have to sit down and serve a suspension for it. But to show him, like, dog, I was wrong. I got your back. Ain't nobody finna talk to you crazy like this. I got you.
The one player on their team who's already on that is Andre Iguodala. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Dre, man. He's already been on that. He's already telling people, listen, ain't nobody messing with my young bull. He's saying it. He putting it out there already. Listen, ain't nobody saying nothing or touching Jordan Poole. So even though Draymond is the face of, all the talk and everything, Iggy is really the one who they said is that dude, I just think Golden State is set up, man, to deal with this, man. Again, the coach dealt with it. Steph, he's a vet. He's never been through it, but he has a way to talk to people and different things like that. Shout out your boy, Pat Baldwin Jr. Steph has been saying a lot of great things, speaking highly of Pat Baldwin Jr., man. Actually, he said that their lockers is right next together, but he said he's super quiet, but he said he see a lot of great things coming for Pat, So with that Golden State roster, man, I believe that's the team to beat, besides them being the reigning champs right now. I just like what they have going on. Wiseman is coming along. He's been looking good. You still got Moody. You still got Kevon Looney. So it's like they got the bigs, they got the guards, they got the scores, they got defense, they have everything. The other team, it has to be the Los Angeles Clippers. As long as they can stay healthy. Paul George, I mean, he do what he want to do, can get any bucket, great defender. Kawhi, same thing. They can put the points up. He can lock down whoever. I don't really think nobody can lock nobody really down in the NBA. But they can make life, not anymore, but they can make life hard for these dudes. Paul George, Kawhi, then you got John Wall. They got some guys on that roster. Shout out Ty Lue for his coaching job. I don't believe he gets the respect that he should for his coaching. But I like the culture there, and with the Clippers. So I definitely believe that's a team that's has potential to come out the West. Probably would be in the Western Conference Finals with Golden State.
So that's two. You got any more you thinking or contenders? Because after contenders comes what?
Pretenders.
Bingo.
I gotta say New Orleans, man. I gotta keep riding that train.
They contenders or pretenders?
I mean, they contenders to be contenders. Let me put it like that.
So they the tier 2 of the contenders.
They the tier 2. Thank you for that. They the tier 2 of contenders because Zion is, man, if Zion stay healthy, that's a 28 points tonight easily, right? He's probably the second most dominant player in the league behind Giannis. Then you got the babyface assassin, Brandon Ingram. I call him Baby KD / Melo. Like, the dude is just a scorer, been averaging 24. Then you bring CJ along. You got that point guard who can defend, who can play on.
I like Herb Jones out of Alabama.
A player, a hooper, So it's like that New Orleans team, I believe they can make that run like Memphis did last year. They got that type of team.
Which also means, like you said, I think contenders-wise, you got Golden State, probably Phoenix, but then everything else is like wide open. Well, I guess you could throw the Clippers in there, but as much as you want to throw the Clippers in there, they still haven't proven nothing together.
That's my thing. I'm with you. I can't dispute that. There's no pushback from me on that.
And for me, so it's like, Phoenix, Golden State, and then it's open to, with like Memphis, New Orleans,
Denver.
Denver's all back healthy now. And so it's like, it's really, really open, and then it comes down to matchups. What's going to happen?
Yes.
So that's when, boom, you got to hit me with the pretenders, because there's some teams that you like, man, I like, but I don't know if they can do it, and that's where I struggle with that tier 2 in the West. I'm like, was Memphis a fluke last year? I do like John Wall, and he's talented, and they do have another kind of like grind team, but it's different.
Yep. For the pretenders, I'm going to first team I'm going to throw out there is Dallas, right? I'm a huge.
I don't even consider them nothing.
I mean, it's like I'm a huge Luka fan. You know this first and foremost, right? But he has to do so much. It's like the James Harden effect, right? They do so much through the regular season.
But he has to do so much, but that's on him and management, because like every bit of help that he's had, they didn't shipped out. Remember when Dennis Smith was there, he was balling. Then all of a sudden they're like, no, we just want to get rid of him and get a ball to Luka, because Dennis Smith Jr. averaged 17 with him that year.
He was in the trade for KP, wasn't he?
Yeah. And then you get rid of the unicorn, which I mean I understand because he was hurt all the time, but you ain't bringing no help.
None. And that's
Wood.
That's not enough, especially in that West, man. That's not enough.
Not got rid of, but yeah, you kind of got rid of because you didn't sign Jalen Brunson when you had the opportunity to give him that extension.
That is true, and that's what's gonna hurt them, and that's what I feel making them probably the biggest pretenders this year.
Do they make the playoffs?
Yes, they got enough to make the playoffs. Luka gonna win you 40 games alone. He can win you 40 games, but then what's the shooter name from Brooklyn?
Joe Harris?
No, with the Philly Fro. That's with Dallas right now. Man, it'll come. But hold on, let me look it up, man.
Tim Hardaway.
Nah, not Tim Hardaway.
Reggie Bullock. No. Dorian Finney-Smith. Like, they got a bunch of people that you could name that, like, hey, yeah, they'll be on the court.
Right.
But is they going to push that knob, turn that needle a little bit? No.
You know why I believe in them, why they can make the playoffs is because of J Kidd, right? He has a defensive mind, and
But Luca is on the
oh,
court.
they got Christian Wood now. They have Spencer Dinwiddie is who I was thinking about.
Oh, okay.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
So, but
So,
for me, it's like it's just so many other teams. Like you got Memphis, you got.
yep,
So think about it. You got Golden State, you got Phoenix,
yep.
you got New Orleans,
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Um, who else? Did I say Phoenix?
Yep. The Clippers. I don't think you said the
The Clippers?
Clippers. I'm gonna say this though, bro. We still gotta consider LA, the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, if the Lakers are healthy, even just with those their main three that are dysfunctional, they still a top 8 if they healthy in the West.
Most definitely. I
And they
mean,
got they got a terrible roster outside of them three.
they
Jesus
really
Christ.
do. They really do. And I'm not even trying
Man,
to be funny and jump on that, beat the Lakers down bandwagon. That roster is horrible, man.
it's terrible.
I mean, like when you see rosters like that, I mean, those guys are in the league, so they're talented players. You know, I'm never gonna be the one to call a player garbage, right?
I will.
Trash.
They better than me, but they garbage.
I like that. I'll start using it like that, most definitely. But you know, when we see rosters like that, the feeling can be wrong, but it make us feel like, man, I could be out there doing that. You
Man,
know?
right? Like you want to listen, if I quit my job and I had to like literally 365 days a year where I'm getting paid at least $1 million just to work on shooting, I'm not missing nothing open.
At all. We're gonna go back to what you said, Marcus said, right? The commitment.
Yeah.
I'm committing to that. I am committing to that. You gonna
I,
give me
I,
a year?
I don't even got to get well, the money probably motivate me too. Like, hey, you should be getting up 1,000 shots before breakfast.
Yes.
And I got 1,000,000 reasons why. Yeah, you're right. Let me jump up.
I'm there. I'm there at 4 o'clock.
And look, right. I've been broke.
What?
Look, they talk about how they went out and Kobe came. They was going as they coming in. Kobe going out for that money. I'm going. Listen, I would have been drunk shooting with Kobe.
Man, you in here, Kobe? I'm staying. What Drake say? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Kobe wouldn't
Listen,
give me
even if
that.
I was just rebounding, I'd have been in there.
Kobe wouldn't. I wouldn't have gave him the opportunity to say you wasn't in the gym shooting with me.
Right. I see you going. I'm going.
I'm going. And I believe that's the situation in Golden State will have helped Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins' game develop even more. Is because of that culture. They seeing the leaders of that team.
That and that the veteran presence. Like,
Yep.
there's no reason that Iggy should still be in the league
At all. But look
like,
what he do.
Iggy should have been chilling with Sean Livingston.
Man. But he has that Udonis effect.
No, I think his effect is more because he can go out there and still. Udonis literally go in, hey, he was talking trash. Put me in, coach. He goes and makes 3 fouls in 36 seconds and then don't play no more of that season.
I'll go send the message.
Yeah. Hey, the funniest thing in the world was when they lost in the playoffs and he was really throwing a fit. Like, man, I don't even know if I feel like playing again next year. Fool, you didn't play this year.
Did you play a minute?
He was upset.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I don't know what the next question is, right? But low key, Utah still have enough. I'm still on that. I know you probably sick of me talking this Utah stuff.
You said still like Still. I heard when you said I'm thinking of Stink. They're gonna stink. They're gonna be one of the worst records in the entire NBA.
Like, so you have no faith in them at all?
None. Like,
zero.
I'm trying to figure. I really am trying to figure out who's gonna have the worst record in the NBA this year. And the Spurs and the Jazz are coming to mind immediately.
Man.
And I love Greg Popovich, but even he said, "Hey, I wouldn't go to Vegas and bet on us."
If he's saying that, you got to take a lot of stock into that.
Man, that team is terrible. Listen, I was watching playing 2K and I was like, damn, this they roster for real?
I mean, when they
Like I
gave up
made up.
Murray, yeah, it's bad. Do you feel this is Pop's last year then? Because he's chasing a record, I believe. I think he got like one more record or something. He's trying to break a Phil or Red Auerbach or something like that. I got to look it up, but
which is scary because if he's chasing a record, he might end up having to do more than one season because this team gonna be terrible. Like,
so and so how many? Let me ask that thing. How many wins do you get as Spurs? Because you talking like 15.
if they get 20, I'll be shocked.
Whoa.
Like, I'm looking at I'm literally trying to put in my head right now, like, who is their go-to scorer?
Pop. Man.
Like, we're like, stop and think about it. Like, Lonnie Walker's gone.
Yep. That's which will probably be key for the Lakers.
True. What's the Johnson kid that played at Kentucky? Keldon Johnson?
Oh, I think so. I'm looking it up right now. I think that is his name.
That's a damn shame if he's going to be who we depend on to be their lead scorer.
Yeah, man.
They got Zach Collins, who Portland had to get rid of his Charmin cupcake self.
Yep.
And what is it? Trey Jones? Tyus Jones?
Tyus. Yep.
Dog, that's terrible. That's a G League team.
Yeah, Jeremy Sochan, Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, Josh Richardson, Romeo Langford, Devin Vassell.
Listen, Josh Richardson will get bought out.
Here it is. I got him. They go-to scorer.
You about to laugh.
Doug McDermott.
I'm done.
What?
They might be worse than the Jazz. They might have the worst record in the league this year.
They will probably be the worst team in Texas because I got Houston doing better than the Spurs. And that team is young.
Have the worst record in the NBA.
It's possible. Yeah. I could see that. I mean,
that's bad.
That's bad. Because Sacramento got better.
Think about all the wings you just named. All of them still can't play. Somebody is going to be sitting. We just said Keldon Johnson, Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson,
Trey Jones. He's probably about the only lot.
Devin Vassell. Like, that's 4 wings.
They got 1 point guard, Trey Jones, man. 1 point guard, man.
Pop might retire before tomorrow morning.
He might. Bro, I'm talking about literally. It's showing 1 point guard on the team. They got Dane, Zach Collins, power forward, Dominic Barlow, power forward, Joe Wieskamp, small forward, Diop, power forward.
Barlow is.
Huh?
I don't even know who Barlow is.
I don't know who most of these guys are neither. Hey, that's that Pop system, though. You know, he's
no. Look, I remember I always said, like, I give Pop the credit for the coaching and what he's done, because I was like, even when he has nothing, he's still making competitive. No, they don't have nothing.
Nothing.
Like, I don't give a damn what kind of coaching job he does. There's no way they win 20 games.
No, I don't.
Actually, they might. You want to know why? Because there are going to be teams that play them that rest their stars.
Oh, low management, huh?
Yep, they're going to be a low management game.
That Pop started. Yeah, I could see that. Most definitely.
And they're gonna screw the Spurs by doing that, because they're gonna win more games than they should and fall out of the Victor Wamawabi sweepstakes.
Speaking of, man.
Hey, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I still think Scoot Henderson is better. or is I like Scoot Henderson more. And I know
What?
that's an unpopular opinion.
Very.
But
Very.
Scoot showed out.
What's your thoughts about him? Like, let me hear. I mean, why you so high on him? I mean, because he's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's any pushback. I'm just,
He's super young, super strong, super athletic. And the jump that I saw him do from last season to this season already, like he's got a jumper now. And he's like actually learning how to play the point guard before even getting to the league. He's already got an NBA physical body of a point guard combo guard. Like he's strong. Let's say he's as strong as Dame, right?
Yep.
But he's more athletic. He's more explosive. And if you see him, you listen to him, he's got that it dog already.
I like that. I agree. I definitely don't have no pushback on that.
Well, yeah, Victor is different too.
I mean, he's what, 7'3"?
No, he's 7. They said he grew already since the last time he was measured. So they said he's 7'5" and has an 8-foot wingspan.
I mean, bro, to be his skill set, man. I mean, to be that nice on this.
What's scary for me is every one of the players that be that damn skinny outside of KD has gotten hurt.
I mean, look at
Chet
right now.
Everyone, because even think about because the other thing is they like, all right, you got to put on weight, and they put on too much weight too fast. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Blake Griffin, all them smaller guys that were going to play bigger positions, put on a bunch of weight and got hurt and couldn't play their first year. There's no way in the world Victor can handle the. Do you know what Giannis would do to him in the post? Like you just saw what Giannis did to Ben Simmons when he guarded him in the post, and he like caved his chest in and dunked on him.
You know, even though the NBA isn't as physical as it once was, it's still a physical game, man. Right. It's still a physical game, man. Yeah, man. It's still a physical game, man. He got to guard somebody. He gonna have to get in the paint. You know, he got to box out. He's still going to have to do the fundamental things.
His arm's long to put you there, but guess what? You'll fuck around and get your arm broken that rim.
Man, I mean, we've seen that come close to happening, guys. DeAndre Jordan, guys trying to jump up, catch some of these dudes, dunks and stuff, man, and that risk getting caught up, man. And hey, sometimes you just got to get dunked on, or just let the dude go, man.
It ain't worth the injury.
It ain't worth the injury, not at all.
All right, so talked about the contenders, talked about the pretenders. Hit me with your finals prediction.
Ooh, finals prediction. I gotta stay with the Warriors. I'm going with the champs coming out the West, unless it's the Clippers. But I'm putting my money on Golden State. Or do we supposed to say San Francisco right now? I don't really know because I see Golden State more than I see San Francisco Warriors.
Oh, did they change their name to San Francisco Warriors?
Well, I mean, they play in San Fran now, they say so. But everything I say is still say Golden State. So I'm going to say Golden State still. Yeah. Out the East, bro, like I'm loving the Eastern Conference right now. Like it is so much talent there. Like it's balanced, man, because I feel like Milwaukee, they have the best or the most dominant player in the league. And Giannis turns it up in the playoffs, reminiscent of what Shaq did early in the Lakers years, right? Shaq was probably averaging 25, 26 in the regular season, and his numbers jumped in the playoffs to 30, 32, 13, 14 rebounds a game. That's Giannis, right? But I feel like they bench might be their Achilles heel somewhat this year. Though I like Marjon Beauchamp, I don't believe he's going to be ready, but I believe he's a player that's going to get a lot of playing time just because of his length, his defense, can handle the ball.
He's going to play a lot because Chris Middleton also is not one that stays healthy.
Man, I mean, he's going to be out for probably the first couple weeks this year, you know? So,
and for me, I would probably say if the Bucks were healthy, I'd see them in the finals. But listen, what was it been since they won the finals? Every year in the playoffs, somebody had been out
Yep.
significantly.
Pat Connaughton hurting right now, so I like Boston though, man. I like Boston. I know that coach isn't there. I know Ime Udoka isn't there.
That ain't my problem with Boston.
What is
You
it?
know what my problem with Boston?
Let the world hear it, man.
That doggone Jason Tatum. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. Are we starting this already?
Already. Even in the
Man,
hey, he did not look good in the preseason neither.
he don't supposed to.
Shh. You know who looked good in the preseason?
Who?
Jaylen Brown.
He has to.
Why he got to and Jason Tatum don't?
Because he got a lot to work on, man.
Jason Tatum do too.
Oh, yeah, he got some things to work on. Most definitely. Nah. Man, listen. That's why I feel Boston is legit.
Boston is not a contender.
Pretender? Dang.
I think they overachieved like a mug this year.
Really?
Yeah. They are not the team to be in the finals. And they're gonna show it again this year. The same way that Marcus Smart played great for the role that he played. I can't see him playing out his mind like that another season.
That's why they brought in Malcolm Brogdon.
And he looked like Dookie this preseason.
Man, he was in Indy.
For the preseason?
Oh, you said preseason?
Yeah.
Man, you know them dudes ain't taking that preseason. They don't start taking basketball serious till Christmas Day. Right now, let's get our legs in shape. Let's not get hurt right now.
You know how I feel. I feel like Jason Tatum and Devin Booker are two of the same player. But Devin Booker got held in check because of Chris Paul as the point guard hey, no, you're not shooting that kind of shot right now. Matter of fact, you're not getting it. I'm turning the other way to pass to Miles Bridges or Mikal Bridges.
I got to give it to you. You've been consistently on that.
Hard to be like, no, stop taking them stupid shots.
You've been consistently on that. I give you that. I mean, like, and I saw where you meant, and shout out to Mac. Both of y'all was on that Chris Paul stalling the offense, especially in that finals against Milwaukee. Chris Paul, my favorite point guard of all time, probably besides Magic. I mean, he's definitely in my list of favorite point guards of all time. Best point guard right now still in the league. Floor general, I guess I should specifically say. But he can hold a team back with so much of the walk it up, slow it down offense.
But sometimes it's a gift and it's a good thing and a bad thing. Because, if he wasn't on the court and Devin Booker not passing?
True. That is true now. He haven't saw a shot that he didn't like. So
and it didn't matter who was on him, how many was on him. I'm like, no. Him and Jason Tatum take that Mamba mentality to another toxic level.
Ooh, you starting already.
Oh, you know. Go on with that toxic Mamba mentality.
What you call him? What you call him? The toxic green?
Huh?
What was your term from? The toxic what? Grass snake? What was
the toxic garden snake?
The toxic garden snake. Oh man, what's so crazy? They play in the garden.
They wear green.
They wear green.
He want to be Kobe.
He want to be cold. But man, he's shooting. He's coming for MVP this year.
Who?
That man. Don't cry. Don't cry out of frustration with me right now, man.
Hey, if Jason Tatum win MVP, I'm done with basketball. It's rigged and I'm through with him.
Oh, man. Why?
You can't win MVP of the entire league and you ain't the best player on your team.
Oh, man. Can we move? Let me go to a different team, man. He is hands down.
Give me the final prediction. You got the Warriors and who?
I'm going to say Miami. Yeah. Same roster.
That ain't no dark horse pick. That's just who you going out jumping
I
out the
mean,
window with.
look where they was at last year. If Tyler Hero plays, remember he missed the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
If Tyler Hero plays, you and I have the same feelings about Jimmy Butler. Last year, Jimmy Butler balled out in the playoffs. Like I saw more consistency from him in the playoffs last year than ever before in his playing career. He did have some bad games. Now, don't get me wrong, but if Tyler Hero is there, if Kyle Lowry is healthy, if Kyle Lowry plays the point guard position correctly, man, Miami win that series. They in the finals.
You know how many ifs you just said? You said one. You said if Kyle Lowry is healthy, if he plays the point guard position correctly.
Too many big ifs, son.
Too many big ifs. Oh man, Tyler's gonna do his thing if he plays. Jimmy, and here's the thing: it ain't that many games in the playoffs for you to say, yeah, he had some bad games. That sounds inconsistent as hell. So, and like I said, them losing PJ Tucker hurt because it's another. It's another player that plays hard in a playing hard system.
I forgot about they did lose PJ. That could be very key.
And they lost one of the Morris brothers. Now, he was out because he got whiplash or whatever, but when he did play, he was another tough guy. Like, they're losing that edge.
So who I got to say? Brooklyn?
No, I want you to – you said who you said.
Okay. I'm sticking with Miami.
And so, clearly, Golden State 4-1?
Yeah.
I'm giving a gentleman's sweep because I'm shocked that they get one.
I give them 2. That's South Beach. Golden State, they got to come to South Beach. Jordan Poole got $150 million now. The only
way I give them 2 is because I'll do this after they lose 4-1. Peace out. But that's what you got. I would probably say Golden State and Milwaukee if Milwaukee's healthy. If Milwaukee's not healthy,
Boston, man.
I'm not going Boston. I know if I have to depend on Jason Tatum, I'm not going with them at all.
So we got to go.
And Jason Tatum ain't mentally to the point where he'd be like, you know what? I'm having a bad game. Let me make sure Jalen keep going. He ain't there. He can shoot.
I give you that. I will give you that. He got to learn to, when he's not cooking, let whoever cook. And most times it was Jalen Brown. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So yeah, for me it would probably be
Philly, Harden, and Embiid, and Tucker, and shout out Tyrese Maxey, man.
Tyrese Maxey been balling. I'm super impressed with Tyrese Maxey, and I probably would say Philly because Doc did say I want James Harden to be James Harden. I don't want him all the time. I want him getting busy.
And you see how Harden is looking this year, right?
He's in shape.
That step is looking explosive again. The handles is there. We know that's there. We know.
And I'll be interested. Because you got PJ Tucker who's gonna play D. I'll be interested to see what they do with Tobias Harris.
Harris.
I honestly think they could flip him. He's still talented, but he gets lost too much.
And I think that's what hurt his value.
And he's no longer a third option. Tyrese Maxey has come in and taken that.
Yes, he is. If he haven't taken it already.
But they can flip him. Think about them flipping him for like a Jaden McDaniels and something else, maybe off the bench or something, like one of those other pieces that they had.
They need to. Because I feel like their Achilles heel too is they bench.
Yep. Flipping for somebody that can step in as a solid role player and somebody that can bring you something off the bench.
What about Chicago? What's your thoughts with the Bulls this year? Now, that's my team. We know for sure, but I consider them a dark horse.
I'm gonna give an honest one, and not my bias about how I don't necessarily care for the athletic. athletics in the city of Chicago. But um, I will say this: as talented as Zach LaVine is, and the money he got, there was too much on DeMar DeRozan, and now you've got a new point guard that's not a point guard.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see how
Yep.
people are getting in places to score. Like, I want to see how team ball looks for them because Lonzo was good at spot up shooting and he was good at passing the ball.
Yep.
He was the one playmaker that they had. Like DeMar DeRozan he made plays, but he's not a playmaker.
True. Agreed.
So it will be interesting to see how they gel it to play team ball. I do like Dalen Terry, which I think
huge on him.
I do think he should have been playing point guard because that's what he's always played. Because remember, he played with Mike Foster at Hillcrest Prep.
Yep.
And he was the point guard. While he was at Arizona, he was the point guard, but then he was their defensive guy. So them bringing him off the bench to play the small forward, I don't really care too much for that. He should be the one playing point. Dosunmu, he's been an energy guy, get up and down, play defense, but I ain't never really seen him look to be a distributor. That's where their Achilles heel to me is they don't have a playmaker to make life easier for their talent that they have.
I totally agree. I don't see no balance.
And I think Patrick Williams is going to be a bum.
Man, like I was high on him, man, but he's starting to be too injury prone, man. Like it's like this league is.
Prone, but he's never like all right at this point in his career as a third, what is he? Third year, fourth year, third, one of the two.
Third, yep.
He hasn't shown me anything. Like
I see where you're coming from.
Where is his gimmick? Where he hangs his hat at? Is it defense? Is it rebounding? Is it running? Is it shooting, passing? Like, I can't say that there's one skill that he's, you know what? That's really what he's really good at.
I'm with you. If I was to choose one, man, I would say it's hustle, it's effort, if anything. And that's not, I mean, he was
drafted too damn high to be a damn energy guy.
Exactly. What did he go? 7, I believe, that year? We took him 7 or 8.
That was top 10.
Yep, it was like 7 or 8, I think we took him. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I don't know anything that he does well neither, you know, and I'm really sitting here trying to think about it, and I really can't pinpoint it, honestly. Honestly,
and as
I really can't.
And you trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm trying.
That doubt went benefited out the window.
Yeah.
So, making it spicy.
Ooh, here we go.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year. I'm going to your hometown team, man. I'm going with Jaden Ivey 1 from Detroit. Okay. I'm going with Paolo 2. What's my man in Sacramento from Iowa?
Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray.
He's my sleeper.
I gotta go with Keegan as my sleeper too, and Jabari Smith as my sleeper.
I think Banchero is going to win it. I think Keegan Murray is the runner up, or you know the dark horse. I'm not sold on Jaden Ivey.
Why not?
Because he's somebody that needs the ball in his hand. He's not great catch and shoot. He's not great off the ball, but neither is Cade Cunningham. And who you rather had the ball in their hand as a playmaker, Cade or Jaden?
Jaden. And I'm a Cade fan. But I
think Jaden is going to thrive in transition. Like if he gets a rebound and take off, but when it gets to half court setting, I think that's where he's gonna struggle.
I could see that. I definitely could see that.
And this is not good enough defensively to be like this.
Up and down. No, I agree with that. Though I like what Detroit doing. That's like one of my other teams that I'm paying attention to. Like I like what Detroit low-key doing out there. But sticking to the rookie of the year, why I'm not so high on Paolo is because we know that he got to get his touches. And Franz Wagner's, he's definitely the number one option out there. And Franz got game. Then you got Cole Anthony, who's going to have to be willing, to distribute the ball when he's trying to make a name for himself right
That's
now.
the other thing. As many point guards as they don't have a point guard. They don't have a playmaker.
Who? Detroit?
Orlando.
Orlando, yeah.
They've got point guards, but they don't have playmakers.
Right. And that's where I feel for Paolo, that's where he's going to come into his issue. Though he's going to be involved with the offense, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, like, they got, what's his name from Gonzaga down there, if he could stay healthy? Jalen Suggs.
But he's not a playmaker. He's a point guard that just is a good player.
Can shoot. He gonna get it.
He's another one that, like, you get him in transition because he's strong, he's athletic,
Yep.
but he's not really great off the ball, but he's also not a great playmaker.
True.
Anthony is super lightning quick, athletic,
getting to the rim,
but he's a terrible finisher at the rim.
Yep. That's everything. I'm not gonna say I thought of everything that you said. Why Paolo is gonna be hard for him to win it, but now that you're saying those things, I feel that adds to why it's gonna be hard for him. Like, he's gonna have to get touches. I mean, especially when you got Jabari, who's gonna be struggling with touches himself down there with Jalen Green.
Jabari he may not touch it. Jalen Green ain't never seen a shot he don't like. Kevin Porter ain't never seen a dribble move he don't like before he shoot it.
And he just caught his bag today too. Kevin Porter did.
And Josh Christopher, when he get in the game, he don't even look to pass.
Nope. So it's for Jabari, huge fan of him. It's gonna be hard for him to win it for me. And not like I said, I keep coming back to either Keegan or Jay Ivey.
And I like Keegan just because he plays well off of that team. Like, De'Aaron Fox like to get up and down. Malik Monk like to get up and down. Keegan Murray can trail post and he can catch and shoot. Sabonis going to roll.
That's my passing. But that's what I'm saying. Is this rookie of the year going to average 12, 14 points? Because it's like all these rookies, they on teams with ball hoggers. Guys that really don't know about distributing basketball, playing team ball. I'm not going to say it can't work. It won't work. I feel Paolo probably would be in the best situation when it came to team ball. Shout out to Jamal Mosley, and that team, how he's coaching down there, bringing it together. Low key, Orlando had one of the best defenses in the league last year when they was all healthy.
Right. And they only got bigger.
Bobo looked like he may have finally found a home.
Man, they talking about starting Bobo at the 3.
Man, they re-up Mo Bamba, so it's like Paolo is in a good situation, but for rookie of the year, I really don't know. Yeah, that's it. That's my only hold up with him with that. So you going with Keegan Murray though?
No, I'm still going Banchero.
Okay, cool.
Because if he averaged a solid like 15 and 7 and they like sniff the playoffs like the 9, 10, like if they get in that play-in, I think it's because of his contributions.
Real quick, I know we're getting ready to move on to MVP. What do you see from Bucky Badger, Wisconsin great Johnny Davis?
The exact same thing we just talked about Patrick Williams. He doesn't have a strong skill set in anything yet except for playing hard. Because I've seen in preseason and in summer league, he was one that kept a lot of balls alive. But as a top 10 lottery pick, they don't want that from you. And like I've been saying, his efficiency isn't quite there, and he's going to be in a role where he's not going to be getting 15 shot opportunities to score. He's going to probably get about 6, 7 shots a game, and 2 for 7 ain't going to get it like he was able to shoot. Like, if you think about even with the Badgers, because he got to the free throw line so much, he could be 7 for 25 but have 26 points.
And you pointed some things out to me last year before the tournament actually even started. Man, check this out. Look at this. This is where I feel he gonna struggle. Woo. So And now to be in the league.
Because everybody was tripping on me when I was like, yes, he'll be a top 10 pick, but he need to come back.
Yeah. I mean, I remember, and I'm like, nah, but he can't come back. I got what you were saying, though, because the skill set, he definitely needs some polishing up. I mean, because looking at reports right now, I don't feel like Washington is too high on him right now,
And for me, and it's just he went to a situation like with him falling in a late, first round or late lottery, he was going to end up with a team that wasn't terrible but wasn't great, which means that your minutes will be spotty. Versus if he was down in Orlando, he'd get plenty of opportunity because they don't got no shooting guard. They got Terrence
Ross. And then what's his name? But he's hurt again already from Washington.
Markelle
Fultz.
And he probably realistically should be a point guard.
Yeah. And I think that's where they want him playing this year too. But he's hurt again. So when he come back, I want to see what they're going to do between him and Anthony.
Fultz, Suggs, Anthony, all point guards.
Yeah. True.
So like Johnny went to he honestly went to probably the worst situation because now he's playing behind Bradley Beal.
Yep.
And Mushi Ruer or whatever his name is.
Yep. For sure.
So he just went to a bad situation that it is going to look worse because he's inefficient.
Then they brought in, the Kuzma was already there, but they brought in Morris from Denver. Monte Morris, Will Barton.
Like Johnny Davis may spend more time in the G League.
It's possible.
Because maybe that might be the best thing for him, so he can work on being on the court and to change his efficiency.
So you don't think his hustle and just defense gonna cut it?
No.
For sure. Cool.
Like unless he was in Miami.
For sure.
Then he could.
Yep.
MVP, what you thinking?
Man. I already said Tatum. I said Tatum should be in the running.
He'll be in the run. He'll be in the running because of the media. He gets pushed so tough.
But man, this man is averaging 26 and 8. Like the numbers are there.
The numbers are there. The efficiency ain't always there. I get to talk about the efficiency. But
which is important.
Think about how the media pushes him and how they don't push Jaylen Brown because their numbers are very close. But the media has been trying to spoon feed us Jason Tatum even before he was ready.
But their numbers are close, true. But Tatum has a different element to his game that Brown don't have, and I don't believe he will ever have. Like, Tatum has that, he really got that Kobe in him. Like, when his shot selection get better, like you said, when his efficiency get better, what
he won't be Kobe no more if his shot selection get better.
Hey, that's a solid point. I believe we got to throw Embiid back in that conversation. He's been runner-up 2 years in a row. I think Steph gonna be in that conversation again. KD gonna be in that conversation. Zion is gonna be in that conversation.
I didn't even think about that. His impact will definitely put him there.
So
you missing out on big names. You ain't even say Giannis.
I don't see it happening this year. Only for the simple fact, even though he possibly could be, just like LeBron could have been MVP every year, Jordan could have been MVP every year. They tired of him winning it. So I believe politics gonna keep him out of it.
But you also didn't say Luka.
And I'm a fan of Luka, and I want to put Luka in the conversation of being in the running, but I don't believe the winning will be there this year to help his case out. And Luka has this about himself to where he kind of throw his teammates underneath the bus a little bit too
And he's
much.
a prima donna.
Yeah, and I don't believe that suits well when it comes to that MVP talk.
I was gonna say like my MVP race would probably be because you also didn't say Joker.
I didn't say I feel he's going to be in that situation again, right? 2 years in a row. Do
They
we
tied
let
up.
him? They tired of him. You know, do we let him join Brian, Mike, Bird, these guys? You know, I think his numbers would be there. I also think that Mike Malone is going to rest him some, try to preserve him somewhat for the playoffs. They brought in DeAndre Jordan, so they got another big who can come in and kind of protect the paint somewhat.
I think mine is gonna be Giannis,
Mm-hmm.
Ja Morant.
Oh,
Uh,
I forgot about Ja.
I think if the Lakers are winning because they're healthy, you got to throw LeBron in there.
Or will it be because of AD?
No, because he won't be healthy. Three clothes will not be healthy.
At all.
But here's the thing: if they're winning, they'll start to push the narrative about LeBron, and he's going to be like catching Kareem.
Year 20, MVP, break the all-time scoring record. I can definitely see that. I mean,
And,
it
and
would.
it would be long overdue. And the sad thing is he may not have the MVP season that he did the years that he didn't win it, which he should have. But it kind of fits the storyline that we know the media pushes, and people get uh, more than they should. Like,
And the NBA pushed it itself because us bringing them big bukus of millions and
and
billions.
more
They had
people going to
$8 billion.
watch, more people going to tune in. So, yeah, those
And
are
the
probably.
Lakers is
And then you
and the,
throw in Zion is probably my top four because it's gonna be a different it's gonna be different. It's gonna be wide open. Like you said, the NBA landscape is wide open. This is the first year in probably several years. You ain't just been like, oh, Suns just gonna win it for sure. Easy.
hands down. Nope.
Hands down. No, we don't have
Nope.
one.
No, I mean, because Harden could come back and have a good year. Trae Young and DeJounte Murray down there in Atlanta. I mean, they could go crazy, man. I mean, that's probably the best backcourt in the league right now. So it's like you're saying, bro. It's wide open. I don't believe there's a clear cut favorite at all this year, which I feel is a great thing.
Boom. Here we go. Most improved player.
Most improved player. I'm going with Zion, because how they've been giving it to players, been out because of injuries. And I believe we're going to see a different Zion. I believe he's been in the gym working. I don't believe he would get that just because him missing so many games and stuff like that. I believe Zion is working on his game. You know, the couple games I've seen in preseason, it's looking like he's developing into even a better basketball player, right? So I'm going to definitely put Zion in there. Um, Other most improved, Tyrese Maxey. I will definitely throw him in there.
That's who my pick would be.
Tyrese. Okay. Yeah. He like you said, I see him elevating. I feel he has elevated himself to being a third option in Philly. So the numbers is definitely gonna be there. The opportunities is gonna be there. Um Maybe Anthony Simmons out there in
In Portland?
Portland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
I didn't even think about him. I completely forgot about him.
Man, it's the league is talented, man. You know, it's very talented. Another most improved, man. I don't know what other name. Maybe Cam
Scotty
Johnson.
Barnes.
Who? Scotty
Scotty
Barnes.
Barnes.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. Barnes definitely got it. He has the potential. He has the game.
and he got the opportunity.
He definitely has the opportunity.
He gets to play like that point forward, defensive guy. Goes get you 15 and probably 9 rebounds, 5 assists. His points might even go up to like 17, 18.
Is Wiggins, Poole, are they eligible for most improved player?
I think it'd be too hard for them to get it.
Okay.
I think it'd be too hard for them to get it because they're playing with Clay and Steph, and hell, Wiggins was an All-Star last year.
He was All-Star last year.
Yeah. So how do you top that?
Was he really an All-Star though? That's my only question.
Yes, because I do believe even in the finals, like I said,
yes,
he should have got way more consideration for Finals MVP.
I don't think they win it without the big play by Wiggins. Nope.
Yep. And then his defense, and then he was the second leading scorer too.
Yep, most definitely. I agree with that. What about Cam Johnson and Phoenix? Because they're talking about moving.
And I like him, but he's not aggressive enough. Like he would have to have the kind of season that Mikal Bridges has been having.
I don't see that happening.
And I don't see that happening. And I don't see it like he don't play defense like that. Yes, he can catch and shoot, and he's big, strong, girl-ish. But I don't see him having that aggressive attitude. Like I think Chris Paul will cuss him out. Because think about it. Him and Chris Paul ain't played together much because they're not in together. Like Cam Johnson usually playing with Cam Payne.
True, that's true.
So
what about Jalen Green down there in Houston? Do he have a chance to become most improved player?
I think it's hard to become most improved when you already average 20.
Okay.
I think it'll go up maybe to like 23 and he'll be more efficient, but that don't really push the needle for most improved.
For sure. Yeah.
6-man up.
To somebody beat Tyler Hero out, I got to go with him. I
was gonna say, because last year I thought it could have came down to between the two Wisconsin kids, Poole and Hero. Like Poole didn't get that money for no reason.
That is true. So he definitely will be up there. I definitely believe it's going to be between them two. I didn't think about Poole. I'm thinking about him for most improved. 6-man, I definitely have to agree with that. I would definitely put him in the running for that.
He could be in the running for both of them.
Could be. What about this name for most improved, even though we moved on? LaMelo Ball. I mean, I know the points and different things, but it's like things about his game he could tighten up to make him more efficient, like you be saying.
He would have to be more efficient with just assist to turnover ratio. They just lose too much.
Yep.
And it's his team. So like if he was coming off the bench and he was putting up numbers, yes. But he's the starting point guard, and the numbers that he's putting up, they're not winning, and it's his team. Like it ain't like it was Terry Rozier team and LaMelo Ball is playing off of them. It's LaMelo, this your squad. This your team.
Yep, most definitely. What about my boy AC, Alex Caruso?
For
he
what?
Ain't gonna get a 6-man.
Hell no. If they had like some X Factor award or like Hustle Man of the Year award, yeah.
What about Josh Giddey in OKC?
Man, I don't see it. I don't see nothing special in him, honestly.
Really? Okay.
And I think like with the new additions of the Twin Towers, I know Chet's not gonna play. It's like the ball's gonna be in Giddey's hand even less.
But man, did you see him in Summer League though? Like,
but it's Summer League.
But that's who he was. I mean, remember he had like 4 or 5 triple-doubles straight last year? I mean, he went through
it. But we know Shea gonna have that rock a lot. Alex, the new one, is going to be on the court shooting that thing. Now, if they let him be the point forward, then maybe. But he don't shoot from the outside.
He's not a good shooter. Nope.
And like here's offensively where he becomes on a terrible team though. Ben Simmons.
The
way he'll overpass because he's not shooting.
That is true. He will do that. He will do that.
And that team ain't talented enough for him to do that.
No, not at all.
KD.
Not at all. I totally agree with that. Ooh.
Player of the year. I got a hot take for this though.
Let me hear that.
I think this is the year that Draymond gets one.
Whoa.
He probably Ben should have had one. He's always on the first team all defense. He guards 1 through 5. Without Draymond, the Warriors don't warrior.
Not at all.
They're not warriors. They're knights. Like
hold on. Was that a shot up, man? Was that a shot, man?
No, that wasn't. I was saying nothing less than what a warrior.
No, I know. I'm just jacking. You know how we do. I'm talking about.
I ain't gonna come at the Purple Knights until they out the conference officially.
I got to stick up for the Purple Knights, man.
So yeah,
I know what you meant, though, man.
So yeah, I got Draymond as a hot take, and I know the cats in Milwaukee ain't gonna like hearing that, but
nah. But man, like you said, there's no reason why he shouldn't have one by now. And this is what I don't like about politics and why I don't like man voted on awards is when he was in his midst, when he should have been, he had that in his clause. Ain't no telling how much they was gonna pay him if he got defensive player of the year.
Much money he missed out on by not getting it.
Yeah,
you've had it multiple times.
Yeah, so they'd rather give it to a Rudy Gobert. Who's not guarding anyone, really. He's protecting the rim. Don't get me wrong.
There's videos of him spinning like a top trying to guard them guards.
Come on now. I don't want to minimize what he do. Everybody can't do that. But Draymond is definitely a better defender. Joel Embiid is definitely a better defender. Giannis is definitely a better defender.
Rudy Gobert is just a better rim protector.
He's just a better rim protector, man. So... I don't believe that's so much of a hot take, but I could see where you're coming from with that, though, most definitely. I'm gonna say Joel. For the simple fact, I believe now he got PJ Tucker out there, so now he gets to probably protect the rim a little bit more himself now, right? You got Tyrese Maxey who's gonna play D. Tobias Harris can play D. James Harden is the only one, pretty much on that starting squad that's going to go by.
He's been giving more effort.
He's definitely giving more effort. I would definitely give him that. So I'm gonna go with Embiid. I'm gonna go with Embiid for that.
All right. Coach of the year.
Coach of the year, Willie Green.
Okay, I'm gonna say a team name because I don't know who the coach is right now because I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Okay,
but if they finish in the top 4 in the East, he got to get it. The Cavs.
Oh, you're talking about I'm tripping right now, but JB Bickerstaff Jr. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. Like, if they finish top 5,
I like that. I like that. I really, really, really like that, and that's very possible. You know what, man? Not going all the way back to that conversation, but we got to definitely throw those Cavs in there as a dark horse that can come out that East for sure.
They play defense. They now have a bucket go getter at the end of the game. They got a closer now. And they got here's the other one that we should have thought about for 6-man, Karis LeVert.
Oh, good one. That's a good one. Yep, most definitely.
So who you got for coach of the year? Damn sure ain't gonna be Pop.
Willie Green, New Orleans. Green. Yep, I'm going with Willie. I'm gonna go with him number 1. If they be fair with it, if Orlando balls out, I believe Jamal Mosley could get coach of the year. depending on where they.
If they sneak into the playoffs, he could.
Yep, most definitely. But I like JB Bickerstaff Jr. though, man. I like you saying him. No, I kind of like him over Willie Green, honestly. Yeah, because man, yeah, I like Willie Green. I mean, JB for that, most definitely. Some other coaches out there. Taylor with Memphis, depending on how well Memphis finished, where they ended up finishing that. Taylor Jenkins I think he's a hell of a coach himself, man.
He definitely getting everything out of him that he can.
He definitely is. So those gonna be my top three, man. I'm on my top four: Willie Green, JB Bickerstaff, Taylor Jenkins, and Jamal Mosley.
I'll throw one more in there. If they sniff the play, if they can get into the playoffs.
Who is that?
Mike Brown.
Oh, yes.
Sacramento.
Yes.
They just got to learn to win because they're talented. They be competitive for a lot of the game, but then they just don't know how to win. And maybe with Mike Brown coming in as the coach, he can help get them over that hump. And if he can get them into the playoffs, because like we said, the West is open after you get past the first two teams.
Yep.
He could have.
I like that. I like Mike Brown. And I like him for that situation to develop those guys exactly with what you're talking about. You know, he's a defensive-minded coach. You know, he brings that championship pedigree. The players going to have to respect him. You know, so he's coached LeBron. You know, he's in coach Steph. He's in coach Clay. You know, so his resume of players that he's been around and won with, you got to respect. I mean, didn't he go to the finals with Bron? Wasn't he the coach when they played the Spurs?
I believe so.
I believe it was him. So it's like he know how to coach. I feel he's probably gotten better as a coach since, you know, he's with Cleveland and the Lakers and stuff like that. And Golden State, you know. So I like that. I like Mike Brown as a candidate.
Well, that's how we're going to end it right there.
Hey.
30 years. So I appreciate you, my brother, as always.
Likewise.
For those who were able to tune in, I appreciate y'all. I do know that it was a little difficult because Facebook was tripping. But we are making sure that we'll share this on Facebook when it allows. So, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate anybody that watched or will watch. So, until next time.
Hey, can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
Please continue with the HBCU exposure outreach and doing what you're doing with FuelOrCrutch. Very involved with the community. You opening up doors for with opportunities, and you just giving people, you know, life and hope and motivation. So shout out to you and salute to you, bro, from doing what you're doing in the community, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Man, much appreciated. I definitely am going to get you back on for, you know, a different conversation so you can speak to your what you've been doing. Because I definitely want to talk about, you know, your quote that I haven't stole from you. I'm giving you all credit, but when the ball goes flat, that's like one of the dope things. So we'll definitely figure that piece out, but, you know, appreciate you. And until next time.
Peace.